Hello and welcome back to another Bad Movie Reviews review hosted by your favorite reviewer from Down Under, Ben. And you're probably wondering where Daniel is. If you haven't watched the previous review, he is away for the week, so it'll just be me reviewing all the films for the time being. So I am reviewing a film that I have been looking forward to for quite some time. It is none other than Andrew Haig's All of Us Strangers. And I'm familiar with a couple of other films of his that he's previously directed. I have seen Lean on Pete and Looking. All these other, I haven't seen a few of his other films. Main thing, if you have watched my top films of the past year, 2022, my number one film was After Sun, due to just its connection with me, how it emotionally affected me, and even changed my views on life, on a lot of things. And obviously, I've been attentively looking at anything Paul Mescal is attached to, and obviously it's got him and Andrew Scott in this film, and they're probably the main two actors, along with Jamie Bell and Claire Foy, who Claire Foy is obviously probably most well known for The Crown, I believe, who she plays the Queen Elizabeth, I believe, and she's also in First Man, and then obviously Jamie Bell being a probably most known for being Jamie Elliott. But it is, to keep it probably bare bones, as I do recommend seeing this film knowing the least as possible. It is about Andrew Scott, who is the main actor and the main character in the film. He's basically a screenwriter who is drawn back to his childhood home, essentially, and has a bit of a relationship with another mysterious man who lives in the same apartment complex. And that's probably where I'll leave it in terms of touching on the plot, to be fully honest with you. Because this is a film that really took me for a bit of a ride and went where I didn't probably expect it to go. But it's actually a film that really, as I kind of sit on it and dwindle, because I did see this probably two or so days ago, it's a film that's actually really affected me. The film mainly looks at, I guess, the themes of loneliness and most of all grief, and how that can affect someone, not only at the time but for life, and how they can try and keep it as spoiler free as possible, how they can obviously adjust to life and that situation of losing someone and losing people in your life, and how that will overall affect you. Man, where do I touch on this movie? This film is genuinely beautiful. I can't give this film enough praise in terms of its performances. If Andrew Scott doesn't get a Oscar nomination for this film, or any nomination for that matter, the Academy are truly, in my eyes, lost the plot. I know there's other films at bay for the year that will get nominated, and rightfully so. There's some that I haven't seen. Cillian Murphy for Oppenheimer should definitely get nominated. But this film he's got such a nuanced performance and such an emotionally grounded. Me and Daniel usually touch on actors that can do a lot with facial expressions, and it's not something that's actually quite common. Funnily enough, that someone will really move you just with facial emotions and expressions, and Andrew Scott in this role is definitely one of them. Paul Mescal, who is obviously supporting actor in the film, also is just unbelievable. He gives me the vibes similar to Timothy Chalamet. He gives me very much he just draws you in. He's got this enigma, charismatic vibe that just glues you to the screen every time he's present within the film, and it really helps with his role of the film that he is that. It just draws you in, and it really weighs you down. But Jamie Bell and Claire Foy are also everyone in this film's unbelievable. The film plays it's a very realistic, grounded film. It's not Hollywoodized by any scenes. It's just this really heartfelt story that needs to be told in terms of how people grieve, and it's honestly hard for me to touch on, because I do recommend people seeing this film not knowing as much as possible. If you like any of the actors in the film, please go see it. The plot really resonated with me in terms of everything really. Like, I can't give this film enough praise. It is, cinematography wise, it's absolutely beautiful, and the score just really melts your heart down, and it kind of really plays well with the actual plot itself. But like, all I can really say about this film is there's actually one line that really, really stuck with me, to be fully honest with you. And it's when a character is discussing his parents' death. And he brings it up, and he says, the other character basically goes, I'm so sorry to hear that. And he just goes, oh, it's okay, it was a long time ago. And the character just bluntly just goes, well, I mean, that doesn't really matter, does it? And it's just like, grief is a mysterious thing. It will never go away. It will always be there, and it will just be how you deal with it. And Andrew Haig has directed, how you pronounce it, I'm not 100% sure. He has directed something really special here that, to be honest, I don't know if I would watch again, just because it did really move me emotionally, and it really kind of devastated me to the core. But I really praise the film in every manner, and I do recommend every single person to see it. And I'm intrigued if other people felt this way, if other people took the things I took out of the film, and how you think. So look, if you have seen it, I know this was, I was lucky enough to see this film early. I believe the Australian release date's January 18th. I was lucky. I bought tickets to this film. It was showing at the Melbourne Queer Film Festival. So thankfully, it was the Victorian premiere. I know it's shown at the Brisbane Film Festival, and it might have even been at the Sydney Film Festival or Adelaide Film Festival in Australia. So I was one of the lucky ones to see this film quite early within Oz. But I know it has been showing worldwide at other film festivals. So look, if you have seen it, I am intrigued to know what you think. If you're watching this and you have watched it, please comment below. Let me know how you felt regarding the film, if I'm alone, if I'm not the only one who was emotionally devastated and ruined by it. But yeah, comment below. Let me know what you think. If you like my review, if you like the video, it does do a lot for us. And subscribe for more if you like our content. And we'll catch you next time.